Hi everyone, welcome to today's lesson. Yesterday we looked at and studied an author's strategies or an author's moves. Today we're going to take some of that strategy work and put it into our own writing. So our desired result kind of over 2 days to name the moves that an author does and then to be able to copy or mimic those moves into our own writing. So here's some of the strategies that we looked at together. You might have some other ones that you've added to it, so you can use ones that are not on this list, but we looked at vivid description, repetition, capitalization, dialogue, using italics, short sentences, the way you space things, where you do your paragraph breaks, making comparisons or juxtaposition. So all of those are options for you to put into your writing. So what we're going to do today is you're going to pick or you're going to work with 3 different scenes or 3 different grades. You're going to use the models from our piece from yesterday, Indian Education, to write your character that you created last week into 3 scenes. So you're going to write your character into 1st grade, into 5th grade, and you're going to use the strategies that I mentioned here, vivid description, repetition, and a short sentence, and then dialogue and comparison. And then the last one, you're going to choose your own. So whichever grade stood out to you the most, you're going to name which strategies you saw in there, and then you're going to mimic those strategies. So today, you're essentially writing 3 scenes, and then you're kind of talking through what was your process as you were making those scenes. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to do 2nd grade for my example. In 2nd grade, I saw dialogue, I saw capitalization, and I saw repetition. So I have some dialogue going on here. I have some repetition down here. This one actually counts as the capitalization as well. So sometimes those things will double. You'll see that I do a little bit of that in mine. But here's my scene. Aiden sat in the classroom trying to take it all in. He didn't used to have trouble focusing, but there was just too much going on. It wasn't so much the content of the lesson that was bothering him, as much as the weird look on Antonio's face. The digits place, the teacher droned on from the front of the room. But the scar above Antonio's face didn't used to be there. It almost looked like he was growing bigger as it was growing bigger as he looked at it, taking over his face. Times 3 is 12, times 4 is 16, times 5 is 20. It was too much, he couldn't take it, had to get up. Now if you carry the 4, and that was when he got up and walked out of the class. He didn't look at anyone or say anything, just left. So you can see I take some of these strategies and I try to reuse them. I use the dialogue, and for each of these, I'm trying to be purposeful. When I'm putting it in, I have a thought process. I have a reason why I'm doing it. So when I use the dialogue, I tried to make that to be background noise. It's kind of repetitious. I say that it's droning on. It's something that's supposed to emphasize the distraction that my character is having. The capitalization, I actually used it mostly here. It was too much. He couldn't take it, had to get up. So I made sure to not capitalize those parts. I just wanted that to kind of like throw the writing off where it feels like the character's kind of cracking a little bit there. And then my repetition, sorry, this part should have been blue. I have repetition here with the names coming up, or with the numbers coming up multiple times, and then repetition with him talking about how he can't take it. So again, that should like, kind of emphasize the anxiousness that these things are kind of playing out in his head over and over. So for each of them, I had a purpose going in with it. I tried to demonstrate that purpose, and then I explained that purpose. So that's what you're going to do for each of your 3 scenes. Make sure that you put it in there, but then you also are able to explain the purpose. So for 1st grade, you're going to be looking at vivid description, repetition, and a short sentence. So you will create your own piece of writing, and then you'll submit that with those 3 things in it. And then in the second one, sorry, for 5th grade, it's the ones from the original. So if you look back at the front slide, it'll give you those. And then the final scene, you'll pick whichever remaining grade you would like. Name the strategies that are being used in it. So you're going to name what's in there. I won't tell you what's in that one. And then you'll use those strategies in your own writing. And then same thing, repeat what you're doing in there. So again, our goal today is to mimic some of that writing, kind of study good authors who have been doing it for a while, and try to mimic some of the things that they're doing to bring our writing up a little bit.